Alrighty, we're back. We're back with a question. I did our last video. So we just did our last video. If you check that out about the child-free women, I did not mean to come for or attack child-free women, but we do hard topics. We do tough love. Whenever I do something, it's from a place of love and understanding. But I actually felt like, oh my God, was I tripping? Like, was I talking to my girls bad? Like, was I insulting their womanhood? But the question, I got a comment from a Miss Holly B. That was a really good question. I'm your nosy neighbor lady. This your nosy neighbor lady show. Or it was a really good statement or comment. Why can't people mind their own business? I feel whoever wants to do whatever, they should do it. The fact people are dedicating time to argue about it the fact that people are dedicating time to argue about it shows a level of privilege that's astonishing. Flip that and do something that benefits others if you have that time. Not you, I mean whoever cares like that. And as a woman who got a lot of women who child-free follow me, came up on child-free content and baby mama content because I can see both angles, you know what I mean? And just being real, and I've always said that a lot of people want you to have kids so you can ruin your life and be broke like them, and so they kids can tear up your stuff and steal your kids' stuff and beat your kids up. Still believe that, especially in the BC, okay? But it's just like reasons why people are obsessed and pressed with child-free women. I'm obsessed and pressed because y'all don't have no stretch marks on y'all stomach. You might have them on your hips, but them don't count. Y'all don't have no stretch marks on your stomach, and y'all need to find y'all somebody. No, really. People are obsessed with child-free women because a lot of men's connections to women are their children. When you hear other races of people say, oh, I stayed with her for the kids, or we worked the marriage out because of the kids, or we got married because she was pregnant. And even with women who cook and clean and emotionally regulate their husband and find his socks and his tie and his drawers and does all this stuff for their husband, a lot of time it's because they have children together. When women have children, they do things that they normally wouldn't do. Like, if I didn't have children, I know I would have been a wild one. I know that in my life, I wouldn't have been as humble. I probably would have had some money, but I wouldn't have been as humble, wouldn't have been as caring, wouldn't have been as nurturing, would have definitely been way more self-centered and egotistical if you think I'm a shegomaniac. Now, if I didn't have children, I wouldn't have went to my religion, wouldn't have went to church. I felt like my kids needed religion. Since their real fathers weren't in their life, let me introduce them to the ultimate father. People are obsessed with women who don't have children because motherhood has defined women for years and centuries, especially in the black community, because we don't have wives and don't have girlfriends. Yeah, there's somebody in somewhere playing house or shacking up, but baby mamahood or baby motherhood or having children or being a mother is such a big part of so many women's identity. Why do I go to work? For my children. I don't go to work for the money. I don't go to work to pay my rent. I go to work because my children need a place to stay. My children need food. When you're a woman and you have that type of freedom, it's insulting to other women and men. I dare you be free. I dare you have autonomy over your own body. Even with the abortion rights being, taken away in so many states, and this men's need to control women's actions, to control women's bodies, to control women's thoughts, to control women's feelings, to discount women's experiences, even with the Me Too. And I think the black Me Too kind of came with R. Kelly and the P. Diddy, the black women Me Too, I believe. Who are you to say no? Who are you to say I don't want to stand in a traditional family role? And I don't know if I said this on the last video, but I think I mentioned it, where in the black community, there's this thing where black women who have degrees in money are really like kind of anomaly. A lot of these women making all this money is really new money, new generations of money. Their mother didn't have money. Their grandmother didn't have money. Women get on here and act like they was raised in these great families, black women, but really they were raised in the ghetto just like us. They just grinded harder and kept going and made it and persevered. Even like me, I kept having children That's why I didn't get my bachelor's degree. I love my associate degree. I'm thankful I made it that far, but it's just like you all are a real anomaly, and you're living in a world that never seen anything like this. You might have had an auntie or a cousin somewhere who didn't have children, but usually later down the line she didn't. She did. Or somebody somewhere who didn't have children, but you knew that they miscarried a lot, or maybe had a lot of abortions, or maybe were barren, but you just didn't really meet a lot of women who just didn't have no kids. Now, whether their kids was with the state, or living with their grandma, or living with their auntie, different. You just didn't really meet women who didn't have kids. It just was like surprising and shocking as you got older. You know, we're not talking about teenage pregnancy and stuff like that, because a lot of my friends didn't have kids as teenagers. I remember 2 of my friends, they didn't have kids. They was like 28 and 27. I don't even think I ever thought they would have children. You know, but just for you all white people in y'all business, because it's control. It's all about control. It's all about comparing themselves to you, so they can't reach your level or accomplish what you have accomplished if you accomplish things. Now, women without kids who don't have a car, don't have a job, don't have a place, don't got a man, I do want to say what's wrong with you if you ain't got no money. I do feel like that deep down. Now, if you're young, you still got time to have kids and you still got time to get some money. But women who really don't live a better lifestyle and you don't have kids bringing you down, or kids and doctor's appointments and, you know, lines from stress of kids and, you know, just the trauma and drama of living with dads who are not there and all that, it do make me wonder. Other people, they might not trip off of it like that, but I feel like you ain't got no kids, girl. The world is like your oyster, literally. But why are people so obsessed and pressed? Because, for one, if you ain't got no kids and you calling your weight baby weight, well, maybe you should call it baby weight and tell people you have kids. But no, the girls study talking about y'all weight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, but I've seen some women and their bodies, and I'm like, you don't got no kids? And your body looks like that, and you ain't got no kids? You sure you ain't got no kids? You ain't had no miscarriages? Like, I hate to be mean, but y'all know I'm kind of mean anyway, or being funny. I don't know. Sometimes I can't tell. But it's always from a place of love over here. Like this video if you can. Likes are always appreciated over here. Thank you, new people, for coming. You might not stay long. I might be a little outside of your taste and take you outside of your comfort zone. But that's kind of how me and my neighbors like live over here. Like, we stay outside our comfort zones and stay outside the box and thinking outside the box about things in different ways. But why are people pressed and stressed without women with kids? Why women don't have kids? I think it's the predatory nature of men who want to prey on people's children and young women and young boys. I hate to say it, but something in me really feel like that. With all the SCX trafficking going on in our world, in our land, on our soil, you know, the abuse and neglect of children, the people who working with children and working at the juvenile jail and just seeing how people treat children without mothers. Or you like, you know, if she had a mama, he wouldn't be doing that, or she wouldn't be doing that if that girl had a mama or grandma who cared. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing things, and I just feel like another thing the black people is kind of tripping off of is continuing the black race, when, like, if they're taking all the black women off the earth anyway every 4 hours, there ain't gonna be no race anyway. And with the dating out rates, ain't gonna be no black race anyway. But I think also people want to do that black race stuff, and then people want to do lock you down so I can leave you a fatherless home. Women say men get women pregnant in the black community maliciously to make them suffer, to make them have to take care of kids. And at first I'm like, that's some vindictive, ASS, demonic, tragic, sadistic thing. Like, that's crazy. But it makes perfect sense for the black man to hurt you at all costs, to take you out at all costs, to ruin your life and other people's lives at all costs. But really hoping that you be his forever side piece or his forever baby mama. You know, it's a lot of baby mamas who continue to have sex with me, and even though he got another girl, just because they got a baby together, or they come back and re-back and come back and leave and break up and come back and leave. Black men love that dynamic. Like, that's your cake and eating it too. I can screw you because we got a kid together, and I can sell you false dreams of love. Then I can go over here and cheat during the summer, and you do your thing in the summer. Then I come back in the winter, and we play it all over again. I get some income taxes, and I say I'm going to do this and be a family. Then I leave again for the summer. These are real black people relationship dynamics. So if you don't have a child tying you to him, and you're hoping, wishing, needing, wishing for a family, what good are you if you're not good to the black man in the black community? If you're a black woman, if you're no good to the black man and not serving the black man or worshiping the black man, you're no good as a black woman. I don't care if you like tall, short, skinny, dark, featurism, colorism, texturism, education, no education, income, no income. Kids, no kids. The reasons why people are obsessed with women not having children, even we'll go to other race of people, they're talking about birth rates. The birth rates are on decline. And then other races, and then child-free women particularly, are thinking about money, are thinking about emotional stability, are thinking about having kids in the confounds of marriage, which is technically how you're supposed to do it. But in the black community, people want all our kids out of wedlock. The majority of them are out of wedlock. I don't know the percentage. Let's put 89. Let's put 99% of them out of wedlock. Forget y'all, and put your number on that you want to. But I'm out of wedlock. Like, if we do the numbers on that, but you all can lie about data, number, and statistics in your mind and in your life if you want to, anecdotal evidence too. But those women might want to do it right. Even if Prince Charming never coming, but they don't want you to believe in Prince Charming. They want to humble you and get your stomach all saggy and draggy, and you got to do 50 crunches. My youngest son, he is too old for me to say I got baby weight. I'm glad it's finally coming off. My other two kids came right off, but there wasn't no baby weight with my son. I was eating. Working at the job, eating all that good food, eating. That's back when I used to give some stamps, though. Oh, way back in my other life. That I missed the stamps. Oh, girl. But anyway, why are people obsessed with child-free women? The beauty. Then they want to say you selfish. You're not being selfish. You're actually being a great person because you're not bringing another person in on your BS. But it's the control. It's the control. It's the manipulation. The black community is nothing if they can't manipulate black women. They could be black women or black men. They have no power, no control. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. If you want to go to work, you can. If you don't want to go to work and find a man to take care of you, you can. If you want to go couch hopping, you can. If you want to be homeless, you can. You can go and pick up and travel anywhere you want. You don't have to worry about a future for real when you don't have children. Just being honest. Think about men who have children and leave them destitute and go live these crazy, tragic lives. Y'all could do that too. Except you all chose education and businesses and a cat and a dog and a plant, which I'm not against. But we gonna talk stuff about it. You know I'm always gonna talk stuff. But this was a cute little dress I got off for Shein. I don't got the belt on, but I get up for the winter swag. I don't have a belt. Well, I got a black belt, and that kind of bring your waistline in, you know, if you want to. But I just went to the store. I always flare at the bottom. I didn't even show y'all my knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. But like if you want to do this, you get your belt and you bring that on in. Hope you all find something cute and that flatters your body today. As a girl with no booty, I tend to like flare skirts because it creates an illusion of one. So that's your beauty needs the fashion needs the tip of the day. I hope you liked this video. I thought the comment was a great comment. I love comments that are not malicious but actually thought-provoking and engaging, where I know she's coming from a genuine place or telling her genuine experience. So hopefully this rectifies the last video. I didn't watch it back because I was like, I'm gonna cry watching it, or I'm gonna yell. You know, I'll watch it back after I first record it, but after that I don't really watch stuff back unless I ain't see it sometime. Like if I miss it and just put it out and don't see it, I watch. But look cringe. Still being a creator and watching yourself back, even though you watch yourself back, it's still cringy. So stay beautiful, wonderful you. Flip side, dip side. And do it again on 99 Trend. And what else do we do over here? The New Year's is over, kinda. You all need to be finding your words still. And I guess we're going to see what's going on and what I'm going to do next. But I hope that you enjoy your weekend. Happy Friday. Stay delightful, delectable, and demure. Bye.